What's up, everybody?
Yep, back at it.
Welcome back to another episode of the Cryptid Files. We are your hosts, as usual, Anthony and Charlie. And my phone is loud.
Mine is too. We did the same thing.
All right. So, what's up, Charlie? What's been going on the last week? I missed you.
Oh, dude, I've just been hanging out, looking up cryptids, looking for cryptids. Haven't seen any really in my backyard because that's as far as I went this week.
No squonks this week?
No squonks this week. But, no, just how have you been?
I've been. Dude, New Jersey is literally on fire. And that's not a joke. Like, the whole state is, like, on fucking fire
Yeah, I know.
right
It's
now.
been very dry.
Yeah.
And, I've still been seeing people having fires out here.
Yeah.
Which is pretty dumb.
Well, you're in Pennsylvania. I guess the fire ban is not in PA.
No, it is. It is.
Oh, it is? Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
It's fire very red and dangerous right now.
Yeah,
so.
no, there's a fire ban on all of New Jersey. No bonfires. I don't even think you're allowed to use your barbecue right now.
Yeah.
Because, like, Greenwood Lake's on fire. Ogdensburg was on fire. 23 is on fire. And, like, Oak Ridge. There was a fire in Hamburg. Like, they're just popping up everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It's dry. We got
wild.
a little bit of rain, though, so that helps a tiny bit. Not enough.
Yeah,
it was like a drizzle.
Yeah, we need, like, a downpour.
Yeah.
But maybe it's the Jersey Devil coming out. We talked about him too much, and now he's mad.
We did get to look at the reservoir.
That was cool.
Yeah,
that is right. Yeah, if you follow us on Instagram, you saw that we went to the Oak Ridge Reservoir. They have it drained right now to do work on one of the dams. So we were able to go check out. There's this thing they call it the Ghost Bridge, and basically the Ghost Bridge is it's back in the 1890s. They when they built the reservoir, there was actually a small village on that land. It was called the Oak Ridge Village, and they pretty much were like, "Yo, we're putting a reservoir here, so get out." So they vacated all the houses and they tore all the buildings down except for that bridge because they used that to go work on one of the dams.
Yeah,
and it's still there. So with the reservoir drained, we were able to go check that out, and we got nothing. We
didn't find any ghosts.
Total dud.
I don't know if underwater ghosts just aren't a thing. Because that entire area is normally underwater, but we went searching and.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was cool to see that piece of history and be able to walk around on that. Yeah. So,
but
anyway, all right.
Yeah, tonight we're not here to talk about ghosts under the reservoir.
We are here to talk about ghosts that aren't even ghosts. We're here to talk about the Rougarou.
Yes.
So the Rougarou is native to Louisiana, specifically
is.
the bayous of Louisiana. And the earliest sighting was in the 1700s. So we are here with an old-ass cryptid. Like, this one's been around. So... And there's a large population of them speculated. Like, it's not just one, it's not just three, there's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real common cryptid in the area, apparently.
It's really there. So, the Rougarou, also known as the Loup-garou, I don't know, it's French.
Loup-garou.
Probably like Loup, because like Lupin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is essentially a werewolf, but a cool werewolf. Yeah. He can shapeshift at will. It's not just at the moon.
No.
He changes whenever he wants. Yeah. And he stays more humanoid than a traditional werewolf. Like, the body is still supposed to be that of
mainly a human body.
Yeah, he's just ripped.
He's like 7 foot tall with either a dog head or a like werewolf looking head.
Yep.
But the thing is about this too, the Loup-garou, right?
Rougarou.
Is what the Rougarou is pretty much based off of, in a sense. So the Loup-garou is I forget the French breakdown for it, but it's basically like Garou is like transforming or
Loup
whatever,
is wolf.
and Loup is wolf, and it pretty much was a French werewolf in a sense at the beginning in France, and when they came over to the U.S., the idea of it carried with it, and the thought was that witches in the area would curse people, and make them become a Rougarou.
Right.
And so it's not like your traditional werewolf where, like you have to get bitten by a werewolf and it's just like some type of like lichen virus or whatever that's passed down through, ages. It's an actual, like, a curse.
But they also can reproduce through biting.
They can.
And through prolonged eye contact.
Yes.
Apparently. If you stare into its eyes too long, you become a wolf boy too.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fucked up. Like, you can't even, like, be in the area. You just gotta run.
Yeah. Which is why these things are so common. There's a couple ways you could become.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways. You could be walking down the road and some voodoo witch is just like,
I don't like you.
Pop. But there's also a second form of the Rougarou.
Yeah.
And this is like a less known one, but this one is just steeped as in voodoo. Like, this isn't the French. This isn't anything other than this is just straight like the voodoo Rougarou, and that's actually like an alligator-headed man.
Okay.
And they apparently can steal your soul with their eyes.
Nice.
So instead of transforming you into a Rougarou by staring at you, they just suck your soul out through their pupils. Yeah. They're just like, mine.
Yeah.
So that one doesn't have as much like sightings or merit or anything. It's more like just a voodoo legend. But they exist. And that honestly kind of scares me more than a wolf man. I don't know. If I saw a dude with just an alligator head coming at me in the forest, I'm out.
Yeah, that's some Florida stuff there.
But that's some Florida man shit.
Yeah. But so the Rougarou, werewolf, basically, in a sense, Louisiana based, and it's cool. The whole like story of how you become a Rougarou and how long you're a Rougarou. Yeah. So there's two separate thought processes that go into this. Some people say you're a Rougarou for a year and 1 day. Right. And some people say you're a Rougarou for 101 days. Right. But it's always 1 day over some number. Yeah. So whatever number you say. So basically, it's a curse that you carry with you, and not only does it transform you into this beast, or allow you to transform into this beast, but it gives you this everlasting hunger for humans. Oh boy. For human blood. And it's said that Rougarous normally go after people they know. Yes. Because they know their habits well. So that's why they transform. And they're not restricted by a full moon or anything wild like that. They can, any night they want to be a Rougarou, they're going to go Rougarouing, and
just like, I'm a wolf now.
And the next day, they are back to the human form, but they look sickly. Yes. And everybody's like, oh, this person, you just look like a sick person all the time.
Now, did they remember being a Rougarou? Because like the werewolf is like, they transform in the full moon, and then they wake up wherever they pops back to people, and they're like, what the hell happened?
Everything that I've seen has shown that they do remember being a Rougarou. And I'll get into that.
So this is intentional attacks and transformations.
I'll get into that when I talk about the Rougarou trials in Louisiana, which we will dive into. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because this has been a thing.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Since the 1700s, it's been a thing.
Yeah. But they are just wild. It's wild. It's wild to think about these guys.
Okay, that's crazy. Yeah. All right, hit me. Tell me some more. Okay. Because I found jack shit, man. I've got some of the cultural stuff, but you got the history here, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's a couple known sightings of Rougarous. The War of 1812. Okay. Apparently, there was a Rougarou.
In the war?
That was in the War of 1812.
Did he fight for us?
Yes.
Let's go!
He did fight for us. And he would attack at night, and he would, attack and people. Yeah, and eat people.
Fuck them French.
Yep, for us. But so him. There was a couple that were back in the 1800 time frame. Right. Well, later 1800, past 1812, obviously.
Right.
That would basically just people would go missing, and they wouldn't know what would happen. Right. And then they would reappear 100 days later. Oh, and that's when they came to the idea that you were a Rougarou for 100 days. Right. And those people would normally be put on trial for being a Rougarou at that point, for coming back 100 days later, and a murder spree going on at the same exact time. Right. So, but Rougarou.
Yeah, the only other thing I found about the Rougarou is that almost like the Chupacabra, they find a lot of cattle and pets completely drained of blood. Yeah. Because they don't eat. They just suck the blood out of everything. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty. And no, thank you. Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, bipedal monster. They either have, they're mainly bipedal. They're normally standing and looking like a human being. Right. But some have said they have claws and can sprint like a wolf sometimes. Yeah. Or like a wolf man.
Yeah. I mean, they're ripped as fuck, dude.
Yeah, they're giant.
They are jacked. They're scary, man.
7-foot tall monsters.
Oh my God! Imagine Jason Momoa with a wolf head coming at you. Yeah. No thanks. Yeah. No thank you. But the other thing that I found about them, apparently every June 23rd, they being the Rougarou, this isn't like a human festival thing. Yeah. They throw their own party. They call it the Bal Gula. And they go to the banks of the Bayou Gula, and they just have a party. All the Rougarou just show up together and dance in the moonlight for the whole night. I don't know why they do that.
I've never heard of that.
It really doesn't explain why they do that. Yeah. But there's a bunch of wolf people just dancing, man.
You see, I always thought the Rougarous wanted to get rid of the Rougarou curse, right? And so, for ways that you can get rid of the curse.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Is there a way to get rid of it besides waiting it out?
You can either wait it out, right? And it's like either 101 days or a year and 1 days for whatever whatever it is, because we don't really know.
Right.
Or you can transmit your curse onto somebody else.
Oh, so you just give it away.
Yeah, and you have to bite them, right?
Okay.
And so that's a way you can give it to someone else. And once you don't keep your Rougarou. Your Rougarou travels on to the next person.
Right.
So you can free yourself of the curse.
Well, so I did see something too.
No one else.
That if you pass your curse on, right? Apparently, when your curse is lifted, it goes back to the last Rougarou that gave it to you.
Really?
Yeah. So that is one thing I found. So if I'm a Rougarou and I pass it on to you,
yeah,
and you wait it out, you go your year and a day or your 101 days,
yeah,
it comes back to me.
Yeah.
Unless you die.
Wow.
Or you give it away, and then whoever you gave it to, when their curse is lifted, goes to you, and then when your curse is lifted, it comes to me. It's like this dominoes. And you just gotta keep like hoping that whoever you gave it to keeps adding more to the domino pile, so that it doesn't make it back to you. Wow, and you hope somewhere in the middle of that line, one of them dies, so that the curse can't come across anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's also a little bit of like Catholic.
Of course there is. There always is.
There always is. There always is. But it was passed down that if you missed Lent for 7 years in a row.
Oh well, I'm fucked.
Yeah. Well, as a practicing Catholic. You have to be a practicing Catholic for this.
Oh, okay. Then I'm fine.
But you would turn into a Rougarou. Yes. Lent. After you,
God damn it, I ate a steak by accident.
No, if you didn't do your Lent, whatever. I don't even know how they celebrate Lent. But if
give something up for, 40 days?
Yeah, for whatever. But if you didn't do that for 7 years in a row as a practicing Catholic, you would become a Rougarou.
So you can skip Lent for 6 years.
You can skip
do it for 1 year, then do it for 6 again. Yeah. There's always a loophole.
Yeah, there's always a loophole. There always is.
Yikes.
Yeah, and then also, how to protect yourself.
Yes.
Rougarous apparently are dumb. And they can't count to 13.
So you asked them to count to 13 and
run? No, what you have to do is a lot of people would walk around with 13 pennies in their pocket. Because if a Rougarou is coming at them, they could drop the pennies on the ground. And the Rougarou would look at the pennies and only be able to count to 12. And then to have to restart to try to figure out how many pennies there were. And they would sit there till morning and count. And just eventually when the sun came up, they'd have to go back home.
Oh my god.
But it has to be something like you can't drop 13 leaves.
Yeah. You know. I'm sorry. That just completely derailed all of the merit of the Rougarou. They're like, there's this fierce, cursed monster that can't count and will just stop because of it.
In my luck, I would bring 12 pennies on accident and just drop the 12 pennies and the Rougarou's like 12. Oh yeah, that's
we're done. You're mine now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was like on for this one. Like my rating for the realism of this was like way up there, and you told me that, and I'm like,
yeah, that's a very common thing too. It's
very common thing. There's a lot of cryptids that are just apparently dumb. But like, not just dumb, they're dumb for a dumb reason and dumb about a dumb thing. Like, we'll get to them eventually, but like vampires can't enter a building they're not invited into?
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Yeah, you just stand on the inside of the door like,
you can't come in here.
Yeah. Like, the Rougarou can't catch you if you drop 13 things on the ground.
Yeah. No, it's crazy to think about. And then, so...
Like, you don't have to drop anything. Just be like, what comes after 12? And then run.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah. Yeah, no, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah. But, also, apparently, the witches who do the curses for the Rougarous, right?
Right.
Are not, like, bad people, in a sense. Right?
So they're cursing bad people?
Yes. So you have to do something pretty bad to get a Rougarou curse on you. So there's like, you
gotta deserve it.
Yeah, like if you murder somebody, you know how you like get arrested and like you do your time. Oh my God, your time for the crime.
Yeah, you get your 101 day sentence as a wolf.
Pretty much. Okay. So and it's normally done for like spiritual crimes. So like desecrating a grave.
Okay.
Or,
grave robbing. Yeah.
Grave robbing, or if like you attack someone's family. It's like a real spiritual crime.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that's what the witches would, curse people for. So people that were desecrating landscapes or like, doing like, not good things.
Right.
Not good things.
That makes sense.
You're going to get Rougarou.
I know that the voodoo Rougarou, the alligator Rougarou, is apparently also weak to salt. It makes them them combust.
Yeah, so that is the same thought process with the other. Well, I've heard from one source.
Right.
That salt.
And that salt kind of seems to travel across everything paranormal, even religious. Salt seems to be the protector for everything. Salt repels spirits, salt repels demons. You make salt lines around your house to keep things out.
Yeah.
The Rougarou is weak to salt. I'm sure, have we tried throwing salt at a squonk? Maybe it stops crying. Who knows?
Well, that's got some historical influence though too, because salt has probably saved humanity about 1,000 times. Because without salt, we wouldn't have half of the preserved foods that we have today.
Right, it cures all of your meat.
It was a very key thing for the what's it called, the Silk Road.
Yeah,
right. Salt and gold were almost of the same value in a sense.
Right, and if you think about it, on almost now we're going to get into some weird historical theories. So salt was used to cure meat, right? So now that's your raw meat is now salt cured, and you're saving yourself you're saving that meat. And so when you think about different things that would according to legend and religion, I think eat humans, you're eating raw flesh. So you're now saving that raw flesh with this salt, and maybe that's why it lines up where it's they don't eat snails.
I was about to bring up snails.
Snail monsters. Listen, snails and slugs aren't real. They are the embodiments of evil.
Yeah, they're the same thing as birds. But
that birds are made by the government.
Yeah, power lines.
But yeah, that's where I see the correlation is salt, used to cure raw meat, and all these things feast on flesh.
Yeah.
So when you look at this and you take this item and you create something new with this item, and you are now saving the raw meat and you're creating edible meat for humans, and you're counteracting what all these things would do, all these things eating the raw. So that's maybe why it transcends it all.
It also has this idea of sucking it takes moisture out of things.
Right.
Almost like sucking the soul out of something. So you put it on a slug and it just completely shrivels up and destroys. But you put a bunch of salt on, well, yeah, we already talked about steak, but you put a bunch of salt on a piece of meat or something, and it'll dry,
Why doesn't salt make escargot shrivel up?
I've never had escargot.
If you salt a living snail, it goes... But, you cook the thing and you can salt it.
Is escargot cooked?
Yeah.
Raw.
No, it's cooked.
I've never had escargot.
They boiled it. I don't really know. If you had escargot, let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you've had escargot.
Is it
tell
good?
Us about the
it's
escargot.
One of those things the adventurer in me wants to try it, but the human in me is that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it. But going back to the Rougarou.
Yeah.
Just like Mothman has his own festival, apparently the Rougarou has a festival too in Louisiana.
In Louisiana.
It's held in Houma every year for a week. Yeah. It's a fair. It's not just a one-day thing. And it's got live food. It's got a parade. People dress up as Rougarou. And they have all these exhibits and stuff about Louisiana Bayou culture and the Rougarou itself and all that kind of stuff. So I think we have to take another DNR Cryptid Files field trip, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make a road show now at this point.
I think we're going to the Moth Fan Fest in September. Yeah. Rougarou Fest is in October. We have to find Squonk Fest, and when that happens, if you know, let us know. I think we're gonna have to hit it all. There's got to be.
They have a well, we've been doing really big cryptids right now, but they have a festival for almost every cryptid we've gone over.
Just about, yeah. There's a.
Yeah. Is there a Jersey Devil Fest? There's got to be a Jersey Devil Festival somewhere. If not, New Jersey is just a Jersey Devil Festival. That's because true. Everything is... Our hockey team's called the Devils,
That's true. Yep.
Everything New Jersey is a Jersey Devil
Festival. We got a couple doozies coming up that are really... I wouldn't say low tier, but less known. Yeah. And I'm curious to see if there's I'm sure just because of it, it's local culture, so it's going to be right here in Bumblefuck nowhere, we do the Bumblefuck Fest because that's the only thing we got. We got that and we got raccoons, but man, raccoons don't like it when we celebrate them.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm sure there's a... unless, Utah cryptids. I don't know if the Mormons like that, so...
No. Probably not. They probably desecrated it like they do everything.
Are Mormons cryptids?
Are Mormons cryptids? We're still deciding if Scientologists...
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out if Scientologists are cryptids, but... Are Mormons Scientologists?
Yeah.
Are they the same thing?
Are they the same?
They're just both confused.
they're both out there.
But all right, so now Charlie's gonna go over the Rougarou trials.
Okay, yeah. So we've heard of the Salem witch trials.
Salem witch trials?
No, the Salem witch trials, right? Where they basically just decided when people were witches, and were like, we're gonna burn you because
I want your house.
Because God. But there was Rougarou trials in Louisiana. So I wish I had his name, but I didn't take good notes. So the most notable one, there was a murderer basically going around and killed like 3-4 people. It was like one of the first serial killers in the time.
Okay.
In Louisiana.
Okay.
And he was, like I was saying before, he was gone for just over 100 days.
Okay.
And when he comes back, they knew it was him. So he went to trial and used a Rougarou defense and said that he was a Rougarou and he couldn't control it. So they acquitted him.
Oh shit!
And said that he was, not at fault for this, but they still had to decapitate him and burn him because he was a Rougarou.
So it's not my fault I'm a Rougarou. Okay, you're absolved, but we're gonna kill you anyway because we can't help that shit.
No, which is apparently the only good way to end a Rougarou. I don't know.
It probably ends the curse line.
Yeah.
Because if his curse ended, it was gonna go back to the guy before him.
Yeah. So they
or the other way around because he gave it to somebody else and shit.
So they decapitated this man and burned his body because he was a Rougarou.
Okay.
Not a murderer.
Right.
Yeah. It was the Rougarou curse fault.
Right.
And then afterwards they went on a hunt for the witch that
turned him into a
Rougarou, which led to no prevail actually.
Oh wow! Okay.
Which is pretty
cool. This was a pretty weak witch hunt, huh?
Yeah. Well, it was. They tried using reason all of a sudden and could not reasonably find a witch. They were like,
they could reasonably
she
quit a Rougarou.
She don't look like a witch. She's just a crazy lady.
She's not lighter than a duck. We can't burn this one.
We can't burn this one. No, yeah. Apparently they took their witch trials very seriously. Not so much with the Rougarou trials, but the witch trials, yes. But there was apparently. Rougarou trials was a common thing for like a time period between the late 1700s and early 1800s. People did Rougarou trials in different villages because they wanted to explain deaths, and everybody was terrified of Rougarous.
So they just blamed everything on the Rougarou.
They blamed everything on the Rougarou.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just imagine, you're innocent. We trust you.
Yeah.
Kill him anyway.
Oh, we got. No, your 13 lentils would not work on a Rougarou because. This is my mom texting me right now. Because they have to be something like shiny or something.
What if they were polished
unnatural?
lentils?
If they were polished or shiny lentils. If you put some glitter on them, maybe.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would put 13 pennies.
Yeah.
On their front steps because.
Just to keep them from getting into the house.
Yeah, keep them from showing up. And you would do this when your friends go missing.
Oh.
In case your friend turned
was a Rougarou because they would come for you.
Because they come for people they know.
Oh, shit.
So you can use pennies. You can use any objects that look interesting but the same.
Okay.
Right? So like you can use bottles.
Okay.
You have like beer bottles, but 13 beer bottles.
13 caps.
Yeah, you might look pretty trashy with 13 beer bottles sitting on your front porch, but
that's half of Pennsylvania.
It'll keep the Rougarou away.
Now, were there any more people that got like any more notable ones that got acquitted or
not that I
caught?
Can find
any witches that they caught? They were like, "You're the one starting all this shit."
I just saw a lot of people talk. I mean, there was a lot. Every page I read was talking about that one incident that I talked about and stating that they did multiple Rougarou trials in the village.
Right. Okay.
Because Rougarous were terrifying, and they still are at the time. There's people right now that have been calling the police and saying, I think there's a Rougarou outside.
Oh, shit.
In Louisiana.
That's how you know it's...
wow. It's still very alive and well.
I mean,
people
it's
still terrified. And it turned into, like, one of those urban legends that you hear about, like, growing up.
Yeah. It's almost a boogeyman.
Yeah, no, parents used to tell their kids that Rougarous come for bad children.
Oh, shit.
And they're going to come pinch your toes or do, like, weird stuff like that. Yeah.
No, it's going to grab my toes.
Yeah, no,
Well, I remember growing up, so this is not the Rougarou, but it's like still, it's wolf related. I remember growing up, and maybe this was just like in my school, But who knows? If you've ever heard this one, you tell me in the comments. Same. There was this thing about like there was a wolf man that would watch you while you sleep, and if you move, he'll bite you. Terrified the fuck out of me, dude.
Who told you this story?
Some kid I went to school with, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, if you leave your window open at night, it'll crawl through the window, and it stands at the foot of your bed and watches you sleep. And if you move, I think more than twice before he leaves, he bites you.
That's crazy.
Terrified the shit out of me.
You know, my sister terrified the shit out of me once.
Did she bite you because you moved too much in your sleep?
No, she told me that 10 spiders crawl in my mouth every night when I sleep.
Spiders are afraid of our mouths. They're not going
No.
anywhere.
No. But as a 8-year-old, right? As an 8-year-old, and she said, no, it happens to everybody. And then I was like, what? And then she had her fucking friend tell me the same thing.
Yikes.
So I thought that spiders crawled in my mouth every fucking night for like, I don't know, like till I got access to the internet when I was like fucking 13 or whatever. I was like, fucking spiders don't do that. Well, she's still afraid of spiders. Yeah, no, she told me that.
See, honestly, I'd rather a Rougarou show up my room than spiders.
Than 10 spiders crawling around.
No, thank you.
I was like, oh my god.
But it's so like...
And it wasn't even 13 spiders. It didn't even protect me from the Rougarou.
Yeah, no, not even. Yeah, exactly. It better be 13 at that point. But it's cool because, like, just like how the Jersey Devil is so big in New Jersey, there's, like, the Rougarou is that big in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Like, they have I forget which town has a zoo, and in the bayou area of the zoo, they have, like, a Rougarou animatronic in the swamp.
Yeah.
So you can go see the Rougarou, and he's, like, there in the water, like, eyes glowing, roaring, and moving around.
Multiple boat tours in Louisiana
to go hunt for the Rougarou, which I would not want to go hunting for a Rougarou. I'd rather stay far away from a Rougarou.
I would love to go out in the woods and look for a Rougarou.
You look at that thing and you become one, bro.
Cool. I'm telling you, if I'm going to go out anyway, it would be doing something cool with a cryptid.
The only way I'm hunting a Rougarou...
I want Bigfoot to just beat my ass when I die. That's it. That's my death.
See, I'd rather find a Bigfoot because they're known to be intelligent and like humans to a point where, like, if they are like...
You ever seen Sassy the Sasquatch?
Is that a movie?
No. It's on. We got it. I'll show you Sassy.
Okay, we'll watch that.
Funny, yeah.
But like, if we're hunting for the Rougarou, I'm going like Perseus versus Medusa style. I'm holding a big ass mirror and I'm just gonna walk around like this.
Yeah.
Because I'm not making eye contact with the thing. I'm not turning into one of those. And if I do, I'm coming for your ass.
It's prolonged eye contact.
Who knows how long the prolong? It could be 1 second. It could be 3. It could be a year.
We're gonna find out.
I'm scared, Charlie.
We'll time each second. I'm gonna have you stare at the Rougarou in the eyes, and I'll sit there with a stopwatch. I'll be like, oh, there it was. 12 seconds.
Now I wonder, because I didn't dive this deep into it, but now I'm thinking about it. It would be cool. Can they turn non-humans into Rougarous?
I don't know.
Like, is there like a raccoon Rougarou?
So here's the other
thing. Or a
thing.
deer Rougarou out there? Like if we get a primate, like if we get a chimp, and we just like hold his face and make him stare at the Rougarou, is it going to become like a monkey Rougarou thing?
I don't know, but this is why I need to start taking notes.
Yeah.
Because Rougarous are known to not only transform into the Rougarou, they can transform into animals too. So
it could just be like a random... dude could just walk out in the woods, pop into a bird, and fly away.
Well, they turn into the Rougarou because it's the strongest form they can turn into, and they're aggressive and angry and hungry. But when they're seen, right, they want to run away, so they turn into like rabbits or gators or whatever and swim away in the swamp.
Huh.
Yeah.
So that gives some more merit to how they're connected with the Voodoo version.
Yeah.
Which has the alligator head. Because they can like... Maybe they're both one and the same, and it's just a matter of who's...
It's because they want to break their curse. They don't want to, they don't want to die. And mainly what they want to do is, fix their thirst for blood.
Right.
That's the whole reason they turn. Which also gives some sense in how they are still somewhat conscious, because they don't want to give somebody else the curse a lot of the time. They just want to get their thirst taken care of.
But unfortunately, by doing that, they do give someone the curse, because if you get bit, you become one.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. If you identify a Rougarou, you have to keep the secret for 1 year and 1 day.
Or else you'll become one too?
Yes.
So if I figure out you're a Rougarou, I can't say anything?
For 1 year and 1 day. Otherwise, you inherit the curse.
What if it doesn't what if I figure out you're a Rougarou on like the 360th day of your Rougarou curse.
And you give it away?
And then, like, I figured it out, right?
Yeah.
And then, 6 days later, right, because it's a year and a day, your curse is lifted. Then can I be like, bro, I figured out you're a Rougarou? Or is it like, nope, I figured it out. I gotta keep that secret. Doesn't matter if you are one or not anymore.
I don't know, but I'm assuming you would inherit the curse from whoever.
So just cover your bases and keep your fucking mouth shut.
Keep your mouth shut for 1 year and 1 day.
See nothing, say nothing.
Yeah, because if you expose a Rougarou, apparently you become a Rougarou. And I think that...
So then everyone in those trials is probably... Holy shit!
Well, that's
an epidemic!
Yeah, well, there was a lot of murders going on.
Oh my god!
There was a lot of
This guy's a Rougarou! Oh, fuck, now I'm a Rougarou.
Yeah. No, it's...
Oh, man. Oh, there's like no winning. No wonder why they're still around.
I want you to know, Louisiana was probably like a terrifying place to live up till like early 1900s. It probably still is.
Snitches get Rougarou, literally.
Snitches get Rougarou. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Living in Louisiana up until like I don't know, 1940 was probably absolutely terrifying. Just from the environment.
It probably still is.
It probably still is. Yeah.
Oh my god, terrifying. New Orleans is probably rough.
Yeah.
But.
And I'm saying that as a white guy, so.
But honestly, like, I do like we're gonna get a lot of cool shit out of Louisiana on this podcast, just because of the voodoo, the Creole.
Oh yeah, the French American history in Louisiana has got so much like cryptid and folklore stories.
Yeah, especially just the bayou landscape is just so alien on its own, Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of this podcast. This is gonna be cool.
Yeah. Now we're gonna figure out if I can take a Rougarou in a fight.
So just going straight off, I do not think you have no faith. I have zero faith in you fighting this thing.
I have a strategy. All right. So, am I allowed to use?
No.
Okay, hold on.
All right. Finish your question.
So, for these cryptid fights, right? We obviously know weaknesses.
Right.
And we know defenses that people commonly use. I'm going to use those to my advantage.
But you also have to remember, this is a totally unprepared, stumbles upon you type of fight. Or you stumble upon it type of fight.
Yeah.
So you can be prepared in a light way, like, yes, you might have your 13 coins.
Yeah.
But no, you don't have a gun.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yes. All right. So, my first step would be to drop 13 cards in my wallet. Because I have way too many things in my wallet.
You do, I've seen them.
So I would drop 13 cards out of my wallet, and the Rougarou would immediately get into a counting cycle, unable to figure out whether or not I have 13 cards in my wallet. And depending how far away I am from my truck, I have salt in my truck with my fishing gear. Because I like to go fishing and eat fish.
Oh, so you salt the fish when you catch it?
So I salt the fish when I catch
it. Okay.
So... I would run to my truck while the Rougarou is literally frozen, trying to count 13, which he's unable to do, and I would throw salt at the Rougarou. And the Rougarou, if we're correct about salt dissolving Rougarous, combusting, this Rougarou would combust into a burning fire.
Okay.
I wouldn't even have to get, physically in contact with it. I would just have to, stay at a distance enough where I can throw salt and drop cards. Because guess what? Cards are interesting.
And Rougarous are stupid.
And Rougarous are fucking stupid. So this is one of those
over... You know what? I will give you that. That's a good strategy. Yeah. Now, do you think you could fight him in a one-on-one fist fight?
Okay. Now, wait, hold on. Hold on a second.
Can you throw hands with a Rougarou?
With a 7-foot-tall wolf.
Yeah. Ripped wolf.
Ripped wolf. I would. Oh God!
Just say it. Call a fish, man. You get your ass beat.
I would fight for survival. I would fight for survival. I would focus less on attacks and more on blocking and getting to its back and just holding on to its back till morning until it's tired out.
Oh my gosh!
That would be my strategy. I don't know, but. The main premise is I have a plan if I ever encounter a Rougarou.
Okay, all right.
Right, because I always have my wallet on me when I'm out walking, unless unless it's like a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday where I forget my wallet. And I would drop 13 cards.
Yeah.
Easy.
All right, shit. All right, I gotta give it to you. It's a pretty solid strategy. I think you might be able to beat the Rougarou, dude.
I think I could. Yeah, as long as I have my fishing gear with me, which is always in my truck. So.
Yeah, but you never have your truck.
I do never have my truck. But even if I just drop the 13 cards, since it's stuck in a counting loop till morning, I think I have time to go to the store and buy
some salt and
come back. And
3 hours later, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, Rougarou.
Okay. All right. Solid plan. I'll give it to you. I think I stand corrected. You can fight the Rougarou.
I can fight the Rougarou. Yeah.
All right. I think it's time to rate this thing. Give it its spot in the tier list.
Yeah.
So, Charlie.
I always start.
Out of 5, how real do you think this thing is?
Okay.
Let's just start there this time.
I think the Rougarou is real. Do I think everything about the Rougarou is real? I don't know. I don't know if it would get stuck in a counting loop for anything that's over 13.
Right.
That's kind of silly. But the fact that it carried over from France and, survived from such a long time. I think it's got a better chance of being real than a lot of cryptids out there. So I'd give it I can't give it a 3.9. I'm not allowed to, so I'll give it a 4.0.
You can give it a 3.9. I'm just going to round it to 4.0.
Yeah, I know you are.
So, same thing with me. The fact that this has endured since the 1700s. There have been trials about it. People still talk about it today. Like you said, people still call and are like, yo, there's a Rougarou outside. Like, that does give it some merit. It's scary. It gives it some merit. Do I think they're stupid enough that they can't count to 13 and that's going to stop them in a loop?
Yeah.
That feels like folklore, like bullshit.
Yeah.
Do I think they could stare at you and turn you into one? Honestly, I don't know, man. Some of this shit is like...
all of this is I don't know.
Yeah, there's too much I don't know.
Everything's I don't
know. But
know.
It's fucking scary. And it's like, it's been around.
Actually, I'm going to change my 4.0 because we don't have any, anything.
Yeah.
To prove the existence.
Right, there's no, memorable site. I mean, there's the one trial, but the guy just said... Yeah, I'm a Rougarou. So he could even be the faker of this episode.
Yeah, he could be the faker of the episode. I would, let's. I'm gonna bring it down to a 3.0.
3.0?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say I was gonna come under you at 4 and say 3.5.
Yeah.
But now that you dropped your rating, it's making me second guess mine. So I think I'm gonna match you at 3.
Yeah.
I think out of 5, I think the realism factor is a 3.
Yeah.
Now for uniqueness. I gotta put him low. He's just a werewolf.
It's just a werewolf, dude.
Like, it's a cool story behind a werewolf, but it's just a werewolf. So it can change at will, which is neat. The whole staring eye things gives him a bit of an edge. Being weak to salt instead of silver, different. The maybe being able to have an alligator head, kind of gives him a little bit more oh, that's neat. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's a 1?
A 1
for uniqueness, what is the as unique as the least unique you can get, and this is just a type of werewolf in a sense, so I'd give it a 1.5.
Okay, 1.5.
1.5, yeah.
All right, how cool do you think this thing is, though?
This thing's cool as fuck.
This thing's fucking cool.
This thing's fucking cool. I am a fan of the Rougarou, and I want to boost its score. I want to give it a 5.0 so bad because it's so fucking cool.
So, you know what? I'm going to just say straight up, I'm giving this thing a 5 out of 5 for cool factor.
Yeah,
this thing is fucking cool.
It's
a ripped wolf man, a ripped alligator man.
And it's Cajun,
Yeah, dude, it's probably got,
its name came from a Cajun accent.
And you know that when he sucks that blood tastes delicious.
Yes,
because he has somehow managed to Cajun spice that shit on its way into his stomach.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it a straight 5. He is cool as shit.
Yeah.
You giving him a 5 too?
I'm giving him a 5.
Yeah, baby.
He's a cool. Rougarou's a cool dude. I'm
so
a fan of the Rougarou.
Do a little math here. This is definitely going to be our highest ranked cryptid so far.
You think?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, it's not.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's not. That unique factor shot him in the face.
At all. It's.
It got a 3 1/3, which puts it in. I think B tier.
Yeah.
That's gonna be sitting with what do you call it? It's gonna be sitting right there with the Mothman.
Yeah. He's right next to Mothman.
Or no, he's next to Squonk and the Jersey Devil, I believe.
Okay.
Or maybe he's next to Mothman.
I don't know.
He's next to
Squonk's pretty cool.
I don't remember. I haven't looked at our Instagram today.
It's funny.
You'll see it tomorrow,
actually,
guys.
It's funny he's next. If he would be next to Squonk, because Squonk is probably the least cool.
Yeah, least cool, but the most unique.
Yeah.
And he's the coolest.
And the least unique.
It's so not unique.
There's like great X.
Okay, we're like 3 episodes ago now, but like, you think if you shot a Squonk, it would dissolve into tears too, or you think it would just, you get a body? Like, what if you just like long range snipe that thing like Ghost Recon style? Just
yeah. Well, depends. Depends if what Squonks are made of.
Yeah.
Because I imagine them popping like a balloon.
Like a wet balloon.
Yeah.
Like a water balloon.
Anything that can dissolve like that, just, on a whim, I imagine being made of like a slug-like gelatin material. In like a skin basket. You know what?
For that brings me back to thinking about the Rougarou. Why haven't they gone hunting for these things?
They have.
Why have they shot them?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Like, you'd think they'd have like, why, like
people have
like, there's like Buck Week here where everyone goes out hunting and big parties. They should get on those fucking riverboats, man. And everyone's got 12 gauges and bang, man. Go find them in the swamps and root them out.
Centuries now and have not been able to get a Rougarou. So,
but like you did say, they can hide as like alligators.
Yeah,
maybe they have been in Rougarous, but they're in the wrong form. They get them with one of those bang sticks, and it's like, oh god, that wasn't.
Also, who knows what happens when you shoot a Rougarou? Does it? Because it's a curse.
Do they become a human again? Do they stay in whatever form?
Do they combust like they got salt put on them? Like, or does only silver bullets work on? I don't know. Maybe only silver bullets work on Rougarous. They're werewolves, pretty much.
Well, it's that salt, man. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can get them with one of those bug guns.
Yeah, you got one of those.
Yeah, I do. Yo, we can go Rougarou hunting. I got a salt gun.
We should go Rougarou hunting. Let's go down to Louisiana.
Let's go to Louisiana with some bug salt guns. People are gonna be like, "What are you doing?" We're going hunting Rougarous.
Looking for a Rougarou.
Just start caffing people.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not one.
You're not
one. Oh, why are you on fire?
Does it work in human form?
Oh, I don't know.
I imagine not.
I imagine it would. Curse is still a curse if it's still affecting you for a year and a day.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
Because think about The Exorcist. When what's-her-name gets possessed, she's still, like, susceptible to the cross with the demon in her body.
Yeah.
So, like...
So, I feel like people go about it wrong. So, like, you know how I've been into, like, mushroom, like, foraging recently?
Yeah.
When I go mushroom foraging, I'm looking for trees. You look for,
like,
and
then you find the mushroom on the tree.
When you go Rougarou hunting, you should be looking for witches. They're probably easier to find. It's probably way easier to find like a voodoo shaman or a witch or something in Louisiana than it is to go out and find a Rougarou.
You gotta cut them off at the source.
Exactly. Look for the witch and then ask the witch about the Rougarous. And then that's how you get. That's how you do your Rougarou investigation. Every time I've seen videos of people going like Rougarou hunting on YouTube, they go out looking. They're like on the bayou in a boat looking for a Rougarou in the middle of the daytime. First of all, you're dumb. It's daytime. They only come out at night.
Right.
Second of all, you should go check the source out.
You gotta be like, go find the voodoo witch. Be like, who have you turned into a Rougarou lately? Yeah. We gotta trace that.
Or just ask about Rougarous in general. And then ask about people they don't like.
Yeah. Who do you hate? That guy? He's totally a Rougarou.
Yeah, you gotta find somebody that knows how to do the Rougarou curse. And then that person has probably either turned someone into a Rougarou, or their mom has, or their, grandmother, or somebody. There's some reason they know the Rougarou curse. And, yeah, that would be your first lead.
Yeah.
People just do not go about... They go about it like a hunting way when it should be more of an investigation.
Yeah, and that's why we would do what we do.
Exactly. We gotta go investigate.
We gotta go to Rougarou Fest. So if you wanna help us get to Rougarou Fest...
Yes, donate money. And
subscribe and watch our ads.
Me and AJ will go down to Louisiana and fucking figure some shit out.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find ourselves a Rougarou.
But
I'm good at talking to people too. I'll find us a witch somewhere.
Hell yeah!
I'll go to every gas station in Louisiana.
Hey, are you a witch?
Hey, y'all ain't witches. I'm looking to get myself a Rougarou
I
made.
want make a Rougarou coat. Come back.
Yeah, like I come back in a Rougarou coat. It's like I found one. I had to decapitate it. Held a trial and everything.
He admitted to it. He's real.
Why does your coat look like it's made out of golden retriever? Shut up. No, just kidding.
Oh, no.
God.
Oh my god. And on that note, I think that's it for the Rougarou.
Yeah.
So we will hopefully see you at the Rougarou Fest next year. And we'll definitely see you next week with another episode about another cryptid.
Another cryptid. I won't know about it until Thursday.
I won't know about it until Monday. We'll catch you guys all next time.
Peace, guys.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yep.